Hello everyone, welcome to h.porter's YouTube channel. Today we're bringing you a unique guide, the first in what I hope to be a series of some special guides for Black Ops 4 Zombies. This guide is going to be a dedicated breakdown of all of the specialist weapons available in the Black Ops 4 Zombies game. It's going to be a walkthrough of their abilities, a quick overview of them, just so you kind of have a better idea of maybe how they work in the real world, and just all around kind of some fun footage. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. If you guys are returning to the channel, welcome back. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff and want to see more content. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, the first weapon we're going to showcase for you today is the flamethrower from the Aether Specialist weapons. It's a pretty all-around straightforward and easy to use weapon. I don't think a lot of people consider it very powerful. I'll leave that up to you to decide. The purpose of this video is just to show you guys real world how these weapons work. Alright, first level of the flamethrower is pretty straightforward. Once your specialist weapon is charged, pull it out with the top two triggers, L1 and R1. It deploys pretty quick, and then fire with the right trigger, and as you can see here, it deploys a pretty long gout of flame that just basically incinerates zombies. It's straightforward, easy to use. When you deploy your specialist weapon, it'll have a knockback effect, so that can blow zombies away from you if you're trapped or something. It can be pretty useful. Level 2 retains the abilities of level 1. No real increase in power or time. The specialist weapons don't degrade the faster you use them. It adds, as you can see here, a thundergun style effect that turns zombies into little tiny pieces of zombies. Real handy for getting rid of them. Level 3 on the flamethrower retains the level 1 and level 2 abilities. Basically all specialist weapons retain the abilities as they level up. And then they get their ultimate ability at level 3. And for the flamethrower, that is the Fire NATO, folks. Pull the appropriate controls that you have, and it will toss out a Fire NATO that will pull in zombies and kind of dance around your immediate area, pulling them in for you. All around a pretty useful and straightforward weapon. Next up, we're going to go ahead and go with the minigun, otherwise called the overkill. This is pretty much the death machine just given to you as a specialist weapon with some pretty cool additional abilities as you level it up. The first level works just like the death machine has always worked on any other Black Ops zombies. Pull it out when your specialist weapon is charged, pull the right trigger and unleash a stream of lead-lined death on zombies. Cuts them down just like it always has. Pretty fun, makes a great noise too. Good old death machine. When you get to level 2, after using it for a while, your specialist weapons will level up just as you use them. You get an added grenade launcher added to your death machine. It will damage you if you shoot it close to yourself. It's not a lot of damage, but it can kill you, so try to be careful of that. Just whatever the controls are for you. I'm using PlayStation 4, so I don't really know the Xbox controls. Anyway, alright, level 3 is pretty ridiculous. You get to keep the lead death and the grenades, but then you get the wonderful addition of the ability to turn it into a tactical nuclear weapon. Basically your own kaboom at any time you're choosing. That's right, the minigun is your own personal nuke. It'll clear at least the immediate area, if not the entire map. I'm not sure if it clears the entire map. I think it does. I don't use this normally in 4-player because I don't want to accidentally kill the last. Next up, we have the Path of Sorrows, Takio's Katana, finally given to us as a specialist weapon. This first made its appearance on Gorod Kravi back in Black Ops 3 through the weapons challenges, but now it's a specialist weapon, and ours to use. When you first get the ability to use it and charged up at level 1, it has the Kaze Slash. Pretty standard melee slash attack, just pull the right trigger to slash and it'll cut through hordes of zombies with no problem. Reasonably useful on some mini bosses, but not really. Level 2, once you get it, will allow you to do the Kaze Dash, which when you pull the right button will make you charge forward. I accidentally uploaded the wrong clip here, so it's going to be in the level 3 video. for the actual dashing mechanic. Just stay tuned for a second and you'll see what I'm talking about. Level 3, when you use it, when you get this up to level 3, it will enable you to go into what they call Shadow of Death, which is basically zombie blood. And there's some dashing for you guys, what it looks like. It just, you turn into a flying spear. It's pretty awesome. Pretty useful for traveling across the map quickly, too. You can turn the zombie blood Shadow of Death on and off. Next up, we have the Ragnarok DG5. Basically, gravity spikes with a Richthofen twist. They are electrified. Really useful note, just having these out causes zombies to be electrified if you run into them. So you don't even have to jump and slam. They will just be electrified starting at level 1 if you have these out. Alright, so when you get them up to level 1, they're pretty standard gravity spikes. Just deploy them and run into zombies. Zombies die, and then pull the right trigger and you'll fly across a short distance and smash into the ground with a resounding thud and a lot of good zombie death. Can clear the area, can get you to a downed teammate. A lot of uses. When you get to level 2, they add the ability of basically firing lightning bolts at whatever zombies you want to hit. They don't chain, so it's 1 bolt per zombie, but added with the electric field they generate, it's pretty epic, actually. And you still have the slam attack, so all in all, these can be a pretty fun melee beast. Level 3 gives you what they call power plant. Slams the spikes into the ground and this epicness happens. The zombies are just grabbed by the cloud of electricity, levitated into the air and slammed into the ground and killed for you. This can also revive downed players. So if you put this down near somebody who's down, they'll come up and be alive with their perks. Now we have the Chakrams of Vengeance. This is part of the Chaos Specialist weapons. These are pretty awesome melee-oriented specialist weapon. At their first level, on your right hand, you're going to have a punching weapon. On your left hand is a throwable ring that will bounce between zombies. Pretty straightforward. That's exactly what they do at level 1. Level 2, this is the only specialist weapon in the game that gives you a passive buff at level 2 instead of another ability. It makes you move faster, even without stamina up. But coupled with stamina up, as you can see here, it's pretty ridiculously fast. These do get stronger as you level them up. Not by a lot, but as you can see here, they can handle one of the gladiators. Level 3 keeps the speed boost and the abilities level 1 and adds the whirlwind, the mystic whirlwind of summoned chakrams here that just basically stays around you like a whirling spinny dervish of death. The design of these weapons is pretty amazing too. Next up we have the Hammer of Valhalla. Pretty awesome melee striker weapon. It's particularly effective against mini bosses like the werewolf. I've noticed it takes it down really easily. I haven't done a lot of testing on the other mini bosses, but on IX it can take down the gladiators and those little melee bruisers with blades pretty quickly too. It's a fun, straightforward melee weapon. Easy to use, looks great too. All the specialist weapons are really well designed. At level 1, it's basically the straightforward Hammer of Thor. Just hit zombies with it and they'll go flying right out of your way. Nothing to it but to do it. And there it goes, taking down a bruiser with no problem. Level 2 adds the ability to call storms on the ground. You can smash the ground and a rune will appear that creates a storm cloud and will electrify zombies. It will kill them, but it takes a little while. You can smash them while they're being electrified, which is pretty much the most useful part. Here's a pretty good example. hold a bunch of zombies for you, and then whenever you feel like it, you can just walk back over there and watch them die. Level 3 adds the ability to shoot lightning bolts that do actually chain to multiple zombies. It's really effective, and you can shoot them on the ground to act kind of as landmines. It's a very versatile ability and can get you out of a lot of tight situations, especially since you can still do everything else the hammer can do too. It's a good clearing ability, protecting somebody while they're reviving somebody. All manner of fun uses. Next up, we have the Scepter of Ra. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite specialist weapons because it can do so much and you don't even have to get in close to do it. It's a very good range specialist weapon. It's a kick-ass staff. Reminds me of the staff from Origins, the fire staff, a lot. But unlike the staffs, you don't have to flip it upside down to revive teammates. First level, it's pretty simple. Melee with it if you want to, and then it shoots a beam of light that will incinerate zombies or revive down teammates with their perks if you tap them with it. Just any distance away, as long as you hit them with it, a little onk will appear above them, and they'll stand up after a couple seconds with their perks. You can keep shooting the beam and everything at the same time. Level 2 increases the power of the melee, I think, a little bit. And the beam is stronger, it kills zombies quicker. Still revives teammates just as quickly with perks. And then at level 3, it has probably one of the coolest abilities in the game. The sphere that it can create will revive teammates, slow zombies. Teammates revived in it will get their perks back. Oh, by the way, if you grab a specialist weapon power-up while your specialist weapon is active, it will fully refill it. You don't have to recast it. It'll refill the bar and increase the duration it can be active. The sphere, as you can see here, is pretty large. It encompasses a pretty wide area, and it will slow anything that comes inside of it, except your teammates. Zombies, dogs, mini-bosses, anything like that. And the coolest part is this right here. You can revive yourself using this ability, and it doesn't cost you self-revives, nor will you lose your perks. I didn't have any perks in this clip, but if you revive yourself using the Scepter of Ra, you will retain all your perks.
And lost too much to die in this hellhole. Time to get back in the fight.
And the last but not least specialist weapon for you guys here is the Viper and Dragon, a combo whip chain sword and a pistol. They don't show the pistol on the weapons screen though, oddly enough. It's a pretty awesome pairing of weapons. You get a nice melee with a ranged combo, kind of like the Chakrams. First level gives you the Viper and Dragon straight up, one shot out of the gun, then it has to load, and you get one swing of the sword every time you pull the right trigger, or one shot with the pistol when you pull the left trigger. That matters because at level 2 you get 2 swings of the sword, and you get 3 shots from the gun. And you get a pretty cool visual upgrade too. It's probably one of the more straightforward weapons to use, just because there's really nothing to it. And then level 3 doesn't increase the swing or the amount of weapon you can shoot. It gives you explosive ammo in the pistol and then allows you to shoot basically mystical chunks of your sword out that pull zombies into another whirling spinny dervish of death. They're apparently fond of that over on the Aether side. Or the Chaos side, forgive me. Aether's all about 115 and mechanical doom. There you go, folks. That is the Specialist Weapons Guide from h.porter's YouTube channel. This has been the first in a series of hopefully dedicated guides. Like and subscribe for more content. See you guys in the next video.